This is the last of a 6-part series. Each part explores a core concept behind what I'm building at gymnasion.net. If you haven't seen the first 5 parts yet, I strongly suggest you go to gymnasion.net/6 to see the videos or read the transcripts to get a full picture of what these ideas mean. In this section, I'll talk about idea number 6, a network of elites. But I want to start by laying out a few definitions so we understand where we're at before we draw everything to a conclusion. The real world. Modern life promises a world of ready-made objects where you can just reach out and grab the things you want without risk or difficulty. But this isn't how reality actually works. Real things change and grow through a process that requires effort, patience, struggle, and active participation. So to experience reality, we must embody these new ways of being. Green face meals. The motor driving creation and transformation in the world is a process that turns from the potential to the actual and back. By eating both plants and animals, we instantly connect to this process. If we choose only one side, the way we eat no longer aligns with this reality. For this reason, we eat in a way that honors both sides of the cycle. Start with the body. All human action in reality requires the movement of muscle. So a muscular body has undeniably experienced the real world. Simple actions that explicitly involve the physical body provide a direct experience of this process that generates all things. If you're aware enough, this glimpse of reality will change how you approach all of life's challenges for the better. For everyone, forever. A healthy community and environment is necessary for a healthy life. So when we're aiming for lasting health, we must take actions that we predict will benefit the most possible people for the longest possible time. We might get it wrong, but this is the best way to do what is healthy, not only for the present, but also for the long-term future. This gives meaning to our everyday actions because they have implications that extend far beyond our own lives. The enemy is you. Our sense of identity comes from a combination of experiences that inform our actions. We borrow identities from the community around us to help draw from a greater range of experiences. However, if we aren't willing to drop our old identities, we cannot move forwards. So by being willing to identify ourselves as the enemy instead of others, we can ensure faster and more consistent progress. And this is an enemy we can all fight against. These are just short, easily digestible definitions. Go back to the other sections if you want to see those ideas fleshed out a bit more, because now I'm moving on to define what I mean by elite in a very specific way. To do this, we're going back to the origins of the word. Elite is a French word derived from the verb élire, meaning to elect or to choose, which is itself derived from the Latin word elegere, which means to take something out from what you have gathered or understood. In 18th century France, the word elite was used to refer to the upper echelons of society, the nobility, the clergy, the ruling classes, who had power, education, and status. When the French Revolution began in 1789, those who had inherited their elite status were identified as the enemy. And over the course of the following century, they were deposed and violently replaced with people who demonstrated military power and showed allegiance to the French state. Because of this troubled history, the term elite has become something of an insult. It refers to those who schmooze or bully or luck their way into status and wealth, while guarding the exclusivity of their position, rather than those who get there by being the best and helping others to join them. But instead of using this term to identify the few who have somehow been chosen by circumstance to receive privilege and possession, I want to call out the elite who choose to do the work required to achieve their goals. We don't believe in unjustified status and fixed hierarchies here. Instead, I'm calling on anyone who is willing to push boundaries, to innovate, to take risks, and to shoulder the burden of striving in service of betterment and contribution. An elite should be a beacon of aspiration and dedication, signaling to others who also wish to live in the real world by committing themselves every day to action, growth, transformation, and the benefit of all. This isn't everybody. It might not be you, but there are some who wish to approach life differently. And if you've been inspired and intrigued by the 6 core ideas as they have been presented so far, it's likely you're one of these people. In its wondrous complexity, humanity is composed of a widely varied range of different personalities. We all react slightly differently, even in the same situations. This is because we all have different tolerances in the emotions we feel. If everybody responded with the exact same emotions, we wouldn't be able to survive nearly as well, because the same situation would make everyone feel the exact same way. It's a good thing that when you're angry, someone else is content. And when you are sad, someone else is happy to come and help you out. Our personalities come from our emotional tolerances and are distinct from our identities that come from our experience and culture. Disgust, anger, sadness, fear, curiosity, joy, happiness, and excitement are all there to help you decide what to do next. You can try to take on an identity that's misaligned with the way you feel, but when you take action in the real world, you will find your body really struggles to continue down that path. So if you feel especially good when you are given the opportunity to take on new information and new situations, you are led by curiosity. You're smart, you love to learn, and you enjoy being in unfamiliar places. So you probably ought to be doing things where being particularly smart is beneficial in the long run. And if you feel especially good when you are given the opportunity to put things into their correct position and resolve problems that others have left incomplete, you probably get frustrated easily. But this also means you're hardworking. You seek excellence and you will grind away to make things as good as they can possibly be. So you probably ought to be doing things where being particularly hardworking is beneficial in the long run. And if you have both of these personality traits, you are actually a very rare individual. People usually have either one or the other. And because this combination is rare, you will probably feel different to everybody else. You might even feel lonely, but you're not alone. You are one of the many people who make the choice to live in a way that aligns with the deep and complicated and beautiful process that is at work in the world, creating and transforming all things. All of humanity's greatest achievements were brought into existence by someone like you joining in with that process, curious enough to seek it out and persistent enough to consistently and deliberately put it into practice. All you need is a place to start. The average person is happy enough with the status quo and is just fine chilling in conformity. Their emotions are calibrated to tolerate the modern world more easily. They prefer to be handed their goals and to live the life they're already living. They are content grabbing whatever pleasing thing is set in front of them, regardless of the long-term consequences. They don't want to disrupt things. They don't value excess effort, and they don't think too much about the possibilities that lie in the future. And that's good. We live together in a society, so we need people to be different and to offer different things to the community. If everyone was an ambitious, trailblazing, live player, we would have unworkable levels of conflict and get nowhere. For the best possible outcome, for the longest possible time, for the most possible people, we need a few thinky people who choose to live deliberately, and we need loads of people who don't overthink and just do the obvious. Despite the differences, most people are mostly the same. We share the same primary characteristics of human biology with every other member of our species. We all need sleep and food and movement and good company. We all run on the same animal hardware, built to live in community and to perceive the world through identity. This means we have the opportunity to be empathetic, even with people who differ from us in important ways. We're all on the same journey together, and every person has their role to play. Being an elite is about simply making the choice to play a very particular role in society and allowing others to choose theirs. But this is only really possible if the choice is properly presented to you. If an elite identity is so rare, where do you go to meet people that can show you what it looks like? How do you know if you have what it takes if there's nobody around you doing the things that align with your emotional tolerances? Where do you go to find the examples you can follow and the tools you can use to make this identity real in your own life? At gymnasium.net, I'm building a place where smart, hardworking people like you can find a home. It's not a physical place, at least not yet, but this means you can join in from wherever you are and become a citizen of a special kind of community, built on the 6 core ideas outlined in this series. In the introduction, I explained why I chose to use the name Gymnasium. I want this project to emulate the ancient Greek schools of physicality and philosophy, encouraging unashamed exposure to the real world to inspire learning, virtue, and vitality. But I also specifically chose a .net website domain name because to do this properly, I can't do it alone. So I'm using this platform to build an interconnected community, a network of elites. Like a computer network distributed across a wide area with shared access to the same information, we communicate with the same language and the same protocols. From any location, you can join and instantly become a part of this purpose-built infrastructure. Access isn't granted by an authority, but by a choice. Commit to the process. Jump into the fire. Make yourself known by doing something real. Take a risk. Show the world that you are growing, building, learning, and achieving, making mistakes along the way and continually coming back to fix them. Demonstrate your dedication to the process of becoming. Do this in front of the right people and they will reinforce your efforts. Join a network of elites that are on the same journey as you and be amongst those who will see your work and encourage you to go further. Join us, marching into the uncertain darkness of the future, pushing at the boundaries of what's achievable as we pull each other along, creating a force for change and progress that never stops moving forwards. Welcome, citizen, to the Gymnasion Network. This is what we do here. We celebrate excellence. It's too easy to assume the worst in people and dismiss their success. Instead, excellence inspires us, and we celebrate when people win. Some people believe that for one person to do well, someone else has to do badly, but there's nothing stopping you from finding your own success. We can all win together. This is because in the real world, things move forwards. Whatever position you are in now isn't necessarily your position forever. Devout saints, noble warriors, exceptional athletes, majestic beauties, pioneering scientists, influential businessmen, and local heroes are all worthy of our respect. We don't let envy stop us from celebrating people who have gone before us and shown greatness. There are many ways to reach excellence, and every individual has something to contribute. We can join the people who demonstrate excellence, and we share our lives. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth and learning. We make our attempts fully expecting the possibility of failure, but failure is recoverable, and hiding our mistakes and our mess is not a solution. We are authentic and open about the reality of the journey. When we're feeling hesitant, we take action regardless of who's watching. Every moment of uncertainty is a chance for discovery and advancement, not a reason to stop. There's always further to go. Success is never a final destination, but merely a milestone on the path. Reaching a peak is immediately followed by a return to the foundation. When you excel, you have the opportunity to use the knowledge and experience and resources you have gained to uplift those who look up to you. This is a process that turns continually forever. And we start with the body. We eat green-faced meals. We build muscle. We use routines, diet, and exercise to make our bodies strong, enduring, and capable of serving others. You will find free diet education, free custom workout plans, free training and templates for routines, and free goal-setting frameworks, as well as many other health and fitness resources on the homepage at gymnasion.net. This is the easiest, safest, and best way to get started because your body is right there wherever you are. You already have muscles that move you. You already eat food. You already live every day of your life, day in, day out. Make these things the best they can possibly be. A network of elites is one of the 6 core ideas that drive what I do at gymnasion.net. This is the 6th and final part of a series expanding on each of the 6 core ideas. To see the other parts along with an introduction, go to gymnasion.net/6, where you can watch the videos and read the transcripts depending on what you prefer. Are you someone who feels good when you're learning new things and when you're working hard on difficult problems? Are you committed to action, growth, transformation, the benefit of all, and demonstrating that commitment in the real world? Comment below or send me a message. My handle is @GymnasionUK at YouTube, Twitter, Substack, and Instagram. Like, subscribe, share, bookmark so you don't miss the next post. and take a look at gymnasion.net for free stuff to help with your health and fitness. See ya.